Hi grade 12s. In today's lesson, I'm going to try and do as many word skills as possible with you in a practical way. I'm not going to be able to cover everything because in your final exam you will be tested on grade 10, 11 and 12 work. So I'm just going to try and do the basics with you as a revision. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to change the font. Now remember, when you have to change anything in a Word document, you have to select everything using Control A. And then I am going to go to font and I'm going to change the font. So now we've changed the font. So now I am going to justify the text. This question always comes up in an exam. So in the paragraph group, in alignment, I am going to click on the justify button and my text will be justified. I am now going to change the spacing between and after the paragraphs, and I'm going to change the line spacing. So to do that, I'm going to click on paragraph, and in the indents and spacing, I am going to go before, I'm going to change it to 12 points, and after is going to be changed to 12, and my line spacing is going to be changed to 1.5 lines, and I'm going to say OK. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to change the orientation of the page to landscape, and I'm going to change the size of the paper to A4. So to do that, we are going to go to page layout, to page setup. In orientation, I am going to change it to portrait. Then I'm going to click on the paper tab and I'm going to change it from letter to A4. Once I've made my changes, I'm going to click on OK, and the changes will be made. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let you have a look at styles. Styles often comes up in questions. So I'm going to click on the Home tab, and I'm going to click on the drop-down list next to styles. Now, grade 12, not all the styles are always listed. So you need to list all the styles in case the question asks you for a style that is not listed. So to do that, you are going to click on Options, and then at the top where it says Select Styles below, you are going to click on the drop-down list and you are going to choose All Styles and you are going to say OK. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to apply the title style to the main heading. So I'm going to click on Title and you'll see that will have been applied. And then I'm going to apply the intense quote style to all the other headings. So I'm going to highlight my heading and I'm going to scroll down until I find intense quote, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to do that for all the headings, but I'm only going to do the first two because by now I'm sure you know how to do that. So now once I've done that, I am now going to go and insert a page break. And I'm going to insert a page break before it says, before our main heading. So to insert a page break, you click before the heading. Now there's two ways, grade 12s, of inserting a page break. You can either use Control Enter on your keyboard, or you are going to go to page layout, and next to breaks, you are going to choose a page break. And you will see that my page has now inserted a page above. So I'm going to click at the top here, and we are now going to go and insert a table of contents. So to insert a table of contents, you go to References. You're going to click on the drop-down arrow next to Table of Contents, and you are going to choose Insert Table of Contents. So now, in your question, you will always be told what type of format to use and which headings to use. But in today, I'm just going to choose a classic style. I want to show 2 levels. I want page numbers. I want the page numbers right aligned, but I'm going to choose not to do hyperlinks, and then I'm going to say OK. And my table of contents has been inserted. So now we are going to insert a page border, but only on the first page. So I'm going to go back to page layout, page borders, and let's make it an art page border. So you can choose anything you like, but we are not applying it to the whole document. We only want it on the first page, and then you can say OK, and you will notice if I scroll down for you, that it is only on the first page and not on the second page. So now another question that comes up grade 12s is to change a bullet to a customized bullet. So we are going to change these bullets to a Wingdings character. So I'm going to highlight the bullets. Then I'm going to go to the Home tab. And in the paragraph group next to bullets, I'm going to click on the arrow and I'm going to say define new bullet. And we are going to choose symbol and OK. And in this case, I'm going to choose a Wingdings character. And it is Wingdings code 83. So you type in the code. Can you see it automatically finds the little symbol? And I'm going to say OK and OK. And the new bullets will have been applied to your selection. So that's how you do a customized bullet. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go and insert page numbers. So I'm going to go to insert and I'm going to go to page number and I want it at the bottom of the page. And I'm going to scroll down to find a format that I like, and often they like you to use the X of Y format. So I'm going to choose to put it in the middle. And if you don't want it to be on page 1, you have an option of clicking on different odd and even page, different first page, and then your page number will not be shown on the first page. So once it's in, I'm going to double click in my document. And if I scroll down, it shows you we are on page 2 of 7. So now I'm going to close my document. I'm not going to save it, and I'm actually going to work on a different document. So often grade 12s, you will be asked to manipulate a image, to change the size, to give it a shadow, to maybe change the color. So what we are going to do here is we are going to change the image to exactly size 16, and we're going to change it to 16 centimeters wide by 10 centimeters high. So I am going to click on format, and in the size group I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, and the height must be 10 centimeters and the width must be 16 centimeters. And to make sure it stays like that, I'm going to take it off the lock aspect ratio. And I'm going to say OK, and my picture will have changed, and you can see immediately in the size group that it is now 10 by 16. So now another thing that they like to ask you in an exam is to insert a footnote or an end note. So I'm going to go and find some text to insert a footnote. So I'm going to go to references, and I'm going to click on the drop down arrow in the footnotes group. And I want a footnote, and it will appear at the bottom of the page. And often grade 12s, they will tell you to change the number format. So for today, I'll just go to Roman numerals, and I'm going to say insert. So now, they might also ask you to copy and paste text from somewhere else in your document and put it in your footer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the red text. I'm going to right click and cut it out, and I'm going to paste it into my little end note or footnote. So now we've inserted a footnote. And the next thing I'm going to do with you is doing a hyperlink. So I'm going to scroll up, and I'm going to highlight the word article, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to hyperlink. So now grade 12s, you have an option of where you want to hyperlink it and what you want to hyperlink it to. You can either place it in the document itself, to a bookmark, or you can put it to an existing file or web page. And in this case, we're going to put it to another document. And I'm just going to click on it. And then it might tell you to display a particular text if you want to, or it will give you a screen tip. So we're going to do a screen tip, and we're going to say use water wisely, and I'm going to say OK. and OK. And you'll see immediately that the hyperlink has turned blue. If I rest my mouse on it, it has put the screen tip in that says use water wisely. And if I hold down the control key and I click, it'll take me to the document that I've hyperlinked it to. And that grade 12 is only a few of the skills that I've managed to cover with you. I suggest that you go and practice all the skills that you've learned very often, especially before your June and your prelim and your final exams. And good luck for those grade 12s. Thank you for watching.